I am feeling so gosh darn pretty. Oh my god, I love how this looks so far. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, how you doing? My name is Ash and I'm just coming at you with a bare face today because I am about ready to do my makeup. So I am on TikTok doing a palette series where I'm drawing a random palette every day. If you hear a cat scratching, the litter box isn't that far away. But I am doing a palette series where I draw a random palette every time I do my makeup. And today I chose the Primal palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Beautiful color story here. My husband suggested I do like the more purpley shades, so that's what I'm going to try to work with today. But I'm going to be working on my base makeup and a little bit of the eye stuff. Most of the eye content is going to be over on my TikTok. Hopefully that all works out for me. But yeah. So I have some slightly new stuff, slightly not new stuff I haven't used in a while, so I'm going to just hop into the, face makeup stuff. First I'm going to be using the new e.l.f. Skin Wow Glow sunscreen. I don't plan on being outside in the sun, but my windows are open because it's actually kind of nice today, so I'm going to apply not as much as I would if I was going outside, but I have used this I think twice already since picking it up, and I really like it. It looks beautiful under makeup. I am so happy with this so far. My lips need a little something on them. This is a lip oil from Elli Beauty, and it's called Aloe. I really like this lip oil. It's doesn't really have a tint to it, which is nice. And yeah. Since it's so nice outside, the birds are out, so hear that, that's what's going on. Now I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I'm going to be honest, I've tried this a few times. I don't get it, don't understand the hype. I have it in the lightest shade, and it's just so dark on my skin, but I think my foundation that I picked out is light enough to where it'll like balance it out. I'm going to do a couple quick swipes of this just across everywhere, and then I'm just going to, I don't know if you're supposed to use a sponge with this, but I'm going to be using a sponge. So it does give a nice glow. Maybe I used it with like the wrong concealer or face product, but I just did not enjoy it. I mean, it shears out to where it's not super dark, but compared to my hand, I'm a lot darker now. For foundation, I am using the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. I have it in the shade Neutral Fair, which I believe is the lightest shade. And I believe I bought this on Amazon because that was the only place I could find it. It is a runnier formula, so it can be a little messy. But I'm going to do what you're supposed to do. I'm using the viewfinder for a mirror since I don't have 8 arms to hold everything. But I like the shade of this, and I believe it's been a while since I used this formula, but I do think I like it. I don't even know what sponge this is. It's either Sonia Kashuk or, if that's how you say it, or an e.l.f. one. But so far so good. Looks a little heavy on me right now, but I think that's because I didn't let my base product sink in. But if I remember correctly, this formula looks good the longer it's on my skin. I think it's the type that works out that way. And now I'm back to looking like my ghostly self, and I feel more like myself. Next I'm going in with the Urban Decay Quickie Concealer in 10NN, which I believe, again, this is the lightest shade. Just in general, if I'm using a face product, 9 times out of 10, it's the lightest shade available. I try to go for either pink undertones or neutral undertones, but I find a lot of light concealers. This is 10NN, which should be neutral. It's pulling a little bit yellow, but I'm just concealing a little bit. It depends on the day. Will depend on if I like that concealer. I think most of the time I lean towards liking it, but I do like mixing it with other concealers just because it's a little much just on its own. Typically for the day-to-day, I'm not wearing foundation. Most days I just wear concealer, otherwise I go in with like a tinted moisturizer. This is my skin. I have texture. I am getting old. I don't use a filter on my videos mainly because I don't know Why people even bother doing that? Now I'm going to lightly set under my eyes with the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder. I'm not going to use a ton of this powder. And this is a powder puff from Elli Beauty. A little bit on my chin. I like to set mainly where I put the concealer with a loose powder. And then I go in with my pressed powder to set the rest of my face. I have super dry skin. It's not as dry as it used to be because I have fixed a lot of my issues with a good skincare routine, but I do find that I use a lot of powder, and that's just because I hate having a sticky base. I don't like the feel of it. So I'm going in with, this is the NYX HD finishing powder, and I just do a light setting over my face. So this neat little palette is the Creature Cosmetics Carve Your Face Contour and Blush Palette. I'm going to use this for the contour shade. I'm going to go into the shade Trick or Treat. This is from their Trick or Treat line, which Trick or Treat, one of my favorite Halloween movies, and they did an entire collection of this, and I haven't used the palette yet because I'm waiting to draw it in my series. This is a Zoeva powder brush, but I don't know what happened. There's a contour brush that came with this, and I don't know where I put it. It's somewhere in my mess of brushes back here. But I'm going to take this little brush. I'm just going to lightly contour. I'm not going to bronze today. I'm not feeling it. But I like this shade because it's so ashy. I'm not the best when it comes to contouring, so that's why I typically stick to bronzing. Bronzing's a little more forgiving because you can be a little bit messier with it. Contour, you kind of need to be a little bit precise. But I really like this contour. I feel like it works well for my skin tone, and I am just obsessed with Creature Cosmetics. For blush, I'm going to dip into the Likely Makeup Fairy Blush palette. I'm going to go in with a bit of this purple and maybe a bit of the pink to blend out the purple. Because I'm doing purple in the eyes, I want to do purpley tones. And I have a Moda Pro pointed blush brush, which I love the Moda Pro line. Now this is a purple, so it's going to be intense. But I love having very intense blushes, and since my contour is so cool toned, this is going to work very well together. Like, that just looks so pretty. I don't think I'm going to go in with the pink at all. I like that purple. For my highlight, I'm going in with the Oden's Eye Lavender Dream. These highlights are intense. They are stunning, and I have another Moda Pro glow brush. Do you just see that? That is so gorgeous. I am so impressed with all the Oden's Eye stuff that I've been trying. Oh, I just love it. Put a little bit on my nose. I enjoy a nose highlight. I will never not highlight my nose. I don't contour my nose mainly because I suck at it, but yeah. Cute. I feel cute. I'm going to go in with this Lime Crime Freckle pen. I have it in the shade Amber. I've been really liking this between the Freck and this one and my Lottie London one. I've been just obsessed with faux freckles. I have my own freckles, real freckles, pretty much everywhere that has been exposed to the sun on my body because I am a natural redhead and I just collect freckles whenever I'm in the sun. But I love doing the faux ones because it's just more intense. I'm just going to go back in with my sponge and soften those. I'm going to hop off camera to do my brows, but I'm going to be using the same brow products I used in my last video, which are the Urban Decay Brow Blade and the Merit thing. So I'm going to pop those off and get ready to do my eye makeup because I'm so excited to do this look. And then I have to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with my hair. So I'm going to start by priming my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer. This is my go-to primer for all my eye looks. It's the most consistent eye primer I have found across the board with multiple eyeshadow formulas, and I just love it. I am trying to also film my TikTok video at the same time as this, and I don't know how well this is going to go. So I think I'm going to start with, let's go with this purple and this pink. I'm going to start that in the inner corner, upper inner corner, and this is a with a Pro crease brush. So I'm going in with the shade Mimic, and I'm going to mix it with Winged, and we're going to see what happens with that. Oh, I already got a bunch of fallout. That was my fault. The Blend Bunny palettes are very pigmented, and you gotta kick off the excess, otherwise you get like a mess on your inner corner when you're doing something stupid. But whatever. Going in with just Winged. I love a very high color right into my front of my brow. I just have always loved that. But this is going to bother me. I'm going to take my powder brush, sweep up with a brush, and it doesn't necessarily smear your eye makeup. I'm liking how this is looking so far, and it is increasingly hard to film for YouTube and TikTok at the same time. I'm going to have to, going forward, just do one or the other. I think I'm going to go into the shade Exotic next, this deeper pink. See, the rows all kind of go together, so I'm going to be working on these two rows. And let's see what I come up with. This is a Morphe M332. I don't really shop Morphe anymore. Occasionally at like TJ Maxx commercials I'll pick up like a Morphe eye brush set just so I have extra brushes, but I don't typically buy them. Very pigmented. I'm going to right in here. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing on the lid, but I figured why not just start in the crease. So you stamp and then start blending out, and that will also reduce any sort of fallout. Since these are from the same rows basically, all these colors should meld together pretty damn well. So what I think I want to go in with the next shade of darker purple, and then I want to go in with the black and then smoke that out. And then the shimmers in this palette are very deep. I kind of want something lighter, but I think I might to play on the opposite of the purples, maybe to go in with Regal because that's gold. I don't know. This is a ColourPop brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Instinct, and I think I might mix a little bit of ink in, but I'm not sure. Depends on my mood apparently. All that excess, and then I'm going to start stamping this. When working with dark colors like this, I find it's the best to just go slow. No need to rush it. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of ink. I love how purple makes my eyes look. Purple on brown eyes, chef's kiss. I'm just going to go back in with Exotic and start blending these colors together. Blending takes so much effort because you gotta go back and forth between shades, but it makes it look so much better in the end when you get it just nice and perfect. Go back in with that other brush that had the darker shades. See, it's just all coming together. I love that. And go back in with that first brush that had Mimic and Winged on it. And I'm just going to touch up in here. Beautiful, beautiful. I love how this is coming together. I just have no idea what I'm going to do on the lid. Now I'm going to go in with another Morphe brush. This is a no-name one, but it looks like this. I'm going to use this with the white in the palette, the shade Hidden, and I'm going to pop that on my brow bone. I will say the only thing I don't like about my Blend Bunny palettes is the white shade, and that is just because I am so pale. I need a super bright blinding white, which the best one I have found is in the Anastasia Norvina palettes. Those are just phenomenal. For now, I'm also going to pop this on the inner corner. I just like more of an oomph when it comes to a white shadow. Now the question is, what am I going to do? I'm taking that first brush I used just to sweep this over the edges, give it a bit more of a seamless blend. So Ciate London gifted me these eye Lustre cream eyeshadows, and this one is in Ultraviolet, and I think that one's going to play very well with the purples and then the highlight. So I'm going to give this one a shot. These are very beautiful, and I'm so grateful that Ciate London sent them my way. I'm just gonna cut the crease with this. That's stunning. I'm just following a little bit above my natural crease. And then just fade that out. It has like a duochrome shift to it. Oh, that looks so pretty. I am so happy with that. I am feeling so gosh darn pretty. Oh my god, I love how this looks so far. I'm going to start on the lower lash line though, and I'm going to pretty much use the same shades that I used, but I think I'm going to pop a bit of yellow on the inner corner because that's what I feel like. So I'm going to go in with the shade Ray here, which is a beautiful yellow, and I'm going to pop just a smidge of this right, you know, here. Because why not? Purple and yellow are opposites on the color wheel, and I personally just love how they look together. So I'm just going to go in with Instinct and stamp this on the outer edge and then connect that to the top portion. I love how this is turning out. It looks gorgeous. You cannot do wrong with a Blend Bunny palette. I almost feel like I'm doing this palette a disservice by not using one of the shimmers. So I'm going to take the shade down here, Pheromone, and I'm going to smudge that sort of in the middle of my lower lash line. I don't know how well that's going to work, but we're going to try it. This is a Blend Bunny B4, not the type of brush you would use for this, but only one I got right now. So I picked up a little bit of that, and I know this is going to work how I plan on it working. Definitely the wrong brush for this. It's picking up some of it, but not a ton of it. Alright, so this is what I have going so far. I think I'm done with the shadow portion, so I'm going to just hop off camera. I'm going to put some sort of color pencil in my waterline and then throw on some lashes. And I don't know if I want to do liner with this look because I love how it looks. And I ended up not going in with the black, but I like how this looks. I love it. I feel so pretty. So I'm gonna, top off on that, choose a lip color, and I will be right back to wrap up all the videos that I'm trying to do at the same time. Alright, and this is the finished makeup look. I threw on a wig, a dark lip, some of my Lovecraft Crypt necklaces, and I'm just feeling myself. I love how this look came out. I love it so much. I honestly don't know what else to say. I'm just in love with how this looks. I enjoy it so much. All the makeup details are going to be posted down below. I am wearing the, the KVD Beauty Dark Wisteria purple lip. I love this color, but it is very streaky and patchy, so you have to like build it up, but it's a beautiful color. You ignore my hairline. I'm not very good with wigs, but I'm learning. Slowly learning all these things, but yeah. I love this. I have spent way too long filming, so I need to wrap up, take some photos, and then I have to start dinner. It's Monday when I'm filming this. I don't know when this video is going up, but yeah, you can follow me over on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever. I have new content going up almost every day across all my sites, except for Twitter. I don't really use Twitter as much anymore. It's mainly Instagram and TikTok. If you want to follow along with my journey and using all my makeup palettes, those are the places to be, because I'm not going to do a palette look on my YouTube all the time. But that's that. If you have any questions, let me know down below. But until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye!